it's upside down. Why is that upside down? That shouldn't be upside down. It should be that way around then. That's better. Hang on a minute. Are you down? Down a little bit more. Across a little bit. Oh, I hate sorting out this camera. Hello! Hello, hello, hello. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? That's the main thing. Can you hear me? Because I'm not going to start until you can hear me. Well, until I get confirmation that you can hear me.
He is.
Good! Right! If that's the case, hello everyone and welcome back to the Apollo Justice Ace Attorney Trilogy. In the last episode we continued on with Ace Attorney Spirit of Justice with the special episode titled about Time Traveler, and I know, I can just tell that we are so close to the end. So we're just going to jump straight back in. Soren has memory loss and all that. So there's still something that bothers me about the notebook, says Phoenix. Oh, is there? What are you doing, Mr. Wright? All you have to do is keep quiet and your client's a free woman. I know, but I think there might be more to this case than meets the eye. I'm not quite sure yet, but I think there still might be a way. A way for Ellen and Soren to be happy. What do you mean by more than meets the eye, Mr. White? I believe the question here, Your Honour, should be, why was the incriminating page torn out in the first place? Why did you destroy the evidence, I would imagine? By removing it from the notebook is the same as removing it from Mr. Sprocket's memory, which means he wouldn't have been able to trick the police if he came under suspicion. No, if he wanted to cover up his crime, he would have to remember that he had done it. Just what are you getting at with this line of inquiry, Mr. Wright? Yes, please explain so we can all understand. I mean, I completely understand, but Mr. Edgeworth there, well, he's getting a bit old now, isn't he? Says you, Your Honour. I don't care, shut up.
So I was correct about the stupid brain become dead.
Essentially, yes. Yeah, you are. Yeah, he has memory loss. There we go. The page was torn out of the notebook because...
I believe we are still at part 1 on day 2.
Okay, interesting. Very interesting. The incriminating page was torn out by somebody else. What? Order, order! What the hell happened there? That was weird. Are you claiming that her person interfered with the notebook? It's not all that surprising. Well, if you consider what's happened up until now.
Game bug, probably.
I was gonna say, that was really weird. After both the car accident and the murder of Dumas Gloomsbury, there was always a cover-up not far behind. But I had my notebook with me at all times. Did you? Because I remember you were in a panic yesterday because you couldn't find it. That's true. There always really did particular cover-up, Mr. White. If you think back over the course of the trial, it's pretty easy to guess. What we may have tried to tamper with Soren's memories is... We didn't think he had it, Pierce. I think he's the only one that off the top of my head that I can think of that had it.
Take that!
The one who tampered with the notebook in order to manipulate Mr. Sprocket's memory is Pierce Nicody. Pierce tried to tamper with my memories. Pierce was manipulating me. Case in point, the two receptions that were held to cover up the murder. It was Mr. Nicody who directed the guests and orchestrated the entire scheme. No, it can't be. Which of my memories are mine and which have been rewritten? When did he start rewriting my memories? Who wrote this? And this? And this? And this? And this? And this? And this? Ah! Oh. Okay, bye. He literally took off. What? Bye, I suppose. I guess he... Look, Nick, he's coming back down. It's gonna be okay. Oh, now he's depressed. My memories. Helen. Mr. Sprocket! Bailiff, please get Mr. Sprocket to the infirmary on the double. Mr. Sprocket has been taken to the infirmary.
Brain bleed, more bleed.
Suppose. Yeah. We don't have to worry about him running away, so we'll just resume where we left off. Your Honour, the defence would like to call Pierce Nicody to the stand.
Objection!
We already know he carried out a cover-up to protect the company and Mr. Sprocket. What more do you want from him? And this time it's different. The notebook, or rather Mr. Sprocket's memories, have been tampered with. And that means the only person who knows the whole truth is now Mr. Nicody. Don't tell me. You're actually trying to drum up a third suspect in order to exonerate the defendant and a groom? I'm not drumming up anything, nor have I grounds to accuse him of anything yet. All I know is that Mr. Nicody is the only one who knows the truth. And I think he's still hiding something. Something we don't know about yet. No grounds yet, is it? Well, Miss Riddle, does the prosecution consent to calling the witness to stand? It does, Your Honour. However, I would like a little time to talk with the witness before we do. Very well. We'll break for a 20-minute recess. Oh! Now we break for a 20-minute recess. Where we could have saved off yesterday. Jesus Christ. I hate it when that happens. Yes! Jesus Christ. September 23rd. District Court. Defendant Lobby number 3. Now I'll just have to face Pierce on the stand. I'm not sure if I should be surprised or not. One thing's for sure, he'll be an easy adversary. So, do you think Pierce did it? It's too early to say anything at this point, but I do think he's still hiding something. Nick! Why didn't you pin anything on Sore Noser back there? Looks like Larry still hasn't given up on Ellen. This Pierce guy's a real bad guy, and certainly my Ellie won't live happy ever after together. Larry, that's not the kind of thing a decent human being says. Shame on you, Larry. Oh, boo-hoo! You think I don't know? I know I have to give up on my Ellie. Nick! I shall make her happy. She deserves a happily ever after. I'm sure Siren will make her happy once all of this is all said and done. True that. Trial's about to resume, Mr. Wright. Alright. Ready, boy? Yep, let's go. I'll be ready for you, Nick. Thanks, Larry. Suppose. Anyway. September 23rd. District Court. Courtroom number 6. This court is now back in session. Witness, please take the stand. Please state your name and occupation. My name is Pierce Nicody. I'm a Sprocket family butler. Let's get straight to the point, Mr. Nicody. Someone tore out a page from Mr. Sprocket's notebook to manipulate his memories. That person was you, wasn't it? That is correct. What about it? Well, that was easy. So why did you do it? Why do you tamper with Mr. Sprocket's notebook? Please allow me to explain. It pains me to do this, but I will tell you the truth. Pains you? That is correct. Well, for my testimony will go against Master Soren's wishes. Soren's wishes? What is he talking about? Soren's wishes? Oh, yes.
There's so many news in Gaza, West Bank and Israel itself, where I want to talk about.
Yeah, that's fair. You don't have to. You don't have to be fair. I rushed to the Vista deck, but the crime had already been committed. I saw Miss Ellen and Mr. Gloomsbury collapsed and Master Soren writing in his notebook. Master Soren said to me, I'll take the blame for the murder. So please take care of Ellen. But I went against his order. I tore the page out of his notebook and hid the body. Wait a second.
Where Israel so-called citizens leave Israel.
Yeah. Oh, God. Well, Mrs. Sprocket was writing about it in his notebook at the time. Could it be? It was meant to be a confession, an admission he killed Gloomsbury himself. He wrote that message to take the blame for Miss Wyatt? That is correct. Master Soren did hit Mr. Gloomsbury with the timekeeper to save Miss Ellen. Then Mr. Sprocket was the culprit after all. However, that blow did not kill Gloomsbury. That makes sense. Mr. Sprocket's injury wouldn't allow him to put much force into it. Enraged, Gloomsbury tried to attack Master Soren, who was already seriously wounded. But in the nick of time, Miss Ellen hit Gloomsbury from behind and finished him off, it would seem. So the one who inflicted the fatal blow is the defendant. Yes, that is correct. Master Soren tried to take all of the blame onto himself. No way! This is pretty bad, Nick. No kidding. Pretty bad is an understatement. Well, Mr. Wright, it seems your decision to call for Mr. Nicody has backfired. The true culprit behind this case remains the defendant, Ellen Wyatt. Could this get, any worse? But Pierce was involved in the cover-up plot. I bet he still has something to hide. It's cross-examination time! Why I tore out the page.
Hold it!
Wait a minute. I thought you went to the Vista deck with Mr. Sprocket. Actually, that is not true. What? What do you mean? I found this out afterward, but Master Soren went to the Vista deck alone. He went to the outside escape hatch in the reception hall and went along the outside wall. What? You can't be serious. You mean Mr. Wright's addle-padded guess was actually correct? What's with the addle-padded? I suppose truth really is stranger than fiction. So, Mr. Cody, when you got to the scene, you saw Mr. Gloomsbury, Miss Wyatt, and Mr. Sprocket. Is that right? That is exactly right. I saw Miss Ellen and Gloomsbury collapse and Master Soren writing in his notebook.
Hold it!
So when you and your group arrived at the Vista deck, the murder had already been committed. That is correct. Bloomsbury had already been struck. Miss Ellen had lost consciousness, probably from the shock of the incident. And how did Mr. Sprocket appear? He was bleeding from a stab wound he'd received from Bloomsbury. Barely conscious, he was writing something in his notebook. So, the mysterious third person Ellen saw really was Soren then.
Hold it!
So Mr. Sprocket wrote a note of confession in order to take the blame for Miss Wyatt. Yes, that notebook is the only form of memory Master Soren has. So you understand what his action meant, I trust? What do you mean, Mick? To Soren, everything in that notebook is true. So Soren tried to take the blame, by altering his own memory to make himself think he did it. No. Master Soren truly loves Miss Ellen. It must have been love that made him do that.
Hold it!
Mr. Cody, could you please tell this court about that in more detail? That, you say? Which part do you mean, Mr. Wright? Could you be more specific? Oh, alright. What part do I want to know more about? Please tell me more about the hiding of the body. Very well. After saying he would take the blame, Master Soren passed out. That's when he hit the body. I agree he was lifted down to the hole, where he hit Bloomsbury's still warm body in the spare peggable lantern. So it was you who hit the body, not the defendant. Do you think Mr. Butts would move the lantern containing the body to the reception hall? Well, I did not see that coming. I don't blame you. Not even Larry can predict what Larry will do next. Maybe I should take another look at the lantern evidence. That's right, would you like that statement after the witness testimony?
Israel and USA strike, one of main port in Yemen.
Yeah, sounds about right. Very well, added to your testimony, whatever. Okay.
And there are only 3 ports that can be used for humanitarian aid, so now only 2 left.
Oh, god damn it. Why did you go against Mr. Sprocket's order and tear out the page? God damn it, man. That is a silly question. As I told you before, disposing of anything that may harm the Sprocket family's reputation is simply part of my job. Oh, right. You did say that before, didn't you? I tore the page out of the notebook in order to protect Master Soren. Yeah. Let's have that added. So he's telling us the car about the incident, huh? Right, that's information only somebody who's actually involved could know. So he might be a really important piece of testimony. I think so too. I'll really have to tread carefully here.
Israel really make USA hate
it? Sounds about right. So we turn the page out of the notebook. You erased the memory of Mr. Sprocket, who was trying to take the fall for Miss Wyatt. I knew it went against his wishes, but I just could not let Master Soren bear the blame for something he did not do. Oh, as his butler, I believe that was the right decision to make. It was all for Soren's benefit, huh? That appears to do just about anything in the name of keeping Soren's image safe. Doom, doo doom, 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 doo doom.
Hold it!
I can't see anything with the tearing out of the page.
Hold it!
Why did you hide the body in the lantern? As I told you yesterday, it was there to make it as though the murder had never happened. Thanks to Mr. Butts, things did not turn out as planned. So, on the second wedding reception wasn't Mr. Sprocket's idea, but yours, wasn't it? It was all for Master Soren's sake and Sprocket Aviation. If I am accused of a crime of trying to cover up the incident, I shall accept it willingly. He really doesn't seem to be even care about himself. So he's talking about a cover-up. Yes.
Hold it!
Nope. Damn it, I didn't mean to do that.
Need help.
Objection!
I knew it wasn't going to be that. It was like the still warm body or something. But, a feeling defense? Yes, Your Honor. Or rather, I hope. Looks like there is, but there really isn't. Are you asking me, Mr. Wright? Because what it really seems like to me is you're asking for a penalty.
Present the broken lantern of the new statement.
That's... Ah, damn it. Ah, with a lawyer like you, Mr. Wright, even I feel bad for the defendant. You know how to feel bad for long. I'll get right next to it next time, you'll see.
Objection!
Like, what? So it's the other one. God damn it.
Objection!
Right, okay, good. Could it be? Is that what happened? Well, I'm thinking it's true, then maybe I can prove neither Ellen nor Soren did the deed. Mr. Cody, you said the body was still warm when you hid it, correct? So then what if Mr. Gleansby was still alive when you went to put his body inside the lantern? What? What? That's preposterous. Actually, this shows that the victim might have still been alive while he's still inside the lantern. I'm afraid you'll have to point out which part you're talking about, Mr. Wright.
Take that!
As you can see, the back end of the lantern is a door, and there's blood here on the wheel handle. That blood stain must have gotten there when the witness put the body inside the lantern, and no, it in no way shows the victim drew his last breath while he was within the lantern. I disagree, Mr. Redworth. For you see, in putting this lantern back together, the police inadvertently placed the inside handle on the outside, and vice versa. In other words, the wheel handles got swapped. Oh my, so they got swapped? That's what he just said, isn't it? Yes, they got swapped. What? That's ridiculous. Not at all. You compare the other male peggable lantern in the reception hall. It's quite obvious the wheel handles were attached backwards. The detective in charge of the restoration will see me in my office later. Yeah, true that. Sorry, Emma. And good luck. In that case, what does the blood stain on the wheel handle mean? Well, let's say he didn't get there by chance. When the victim was put inside the lantern, he was only unconscious and not dead. When he regained consciousness, he probably tried to get out of the lantern. So he grasped the inner wheel handle, and that's when the blood got on it. This proves the victim was still alive when he was inside the lantern. At the time, I was completely convinced Clinsbury was dead. Had I checked more carefully, he might have survived. Unfortunate, to be sure, but not so significant enough to change the trial's outcome. Again, I disagree, Mr. Edgeworth. It actually has a very significant impact on this case. The victim was struck by the defendant and died from his injuries sometime later. There's nothing more to it. That's where you're wrong. Let's take another look at Mr. Bloomsbury's autopsy report, shall we? Please focus on the description of his injuries. It says one contusion was found on the back of the head and one on the side. Yes, the one Mr. Sparky gave him and the one Miss Wyatt delivered to finish him off. No, the defence would like to submit a different interpretation. A different interpretation? The victim was knocked unconscious by the first blow and then put into the lantern. Then what about the lethal blow by the defendant the witness talked about? Yes, well, that didn't happen. After some time, when the victim regained consciousness and tried to get out of the lantern, that's when he received the second blow that finished him off. And taking into account the fact that the victim was alive for a period after the first hit, and that he received a second blow to the head, does seem entirely possible. Yes, as long as the first blow didn't kill the victim instantly, there's a possibility that someone other than Mr. Sprocket or Miss White delivered the fatal blow. That's all you've got? Well, if there is a time lag between the two blows, the prosecution's position doesn't change. What? What do you mean? It's elementary, Mr. Wright. After the reception, when the defendant was cleaning up cleaning up the reception wall, the victim, who was supposed to be dead, suddenly came out of the lantern. He then grabbed the murder weapon, which was right there, and finished him off. That theory sounds awfully familiar. Of course it does, Your Honor. It's exactly what I proposed at the very start. The second blow is inflicted by the defendant after all. I see. Seems a tangle of mysteries is unraveled into a single thread. As long as there's a possibility the fatal blow was delivered by a third person, then we must continue deliberations. Give it up, Mr. Wright, unless you have something to prove the presence of your precious third person. Okay, Nick, just relax. You can do this. Come on now, take some deep breaths. Good idea. Deep breaths, deep breaths. There, do you feel better already? That's right. I should calm down, get my focus back, and go over everything again. And then hopefully...
Inside in the time capsule.
Maybe. Potentially. Let's see. First, why did Gloomsbury attack Ellen? Because he was tired of taking the blame for the accident? Something about that line of reasoning just doesn't feel quite right to me. No? How come? Well, if it's just a personal vendetta, he'd already stabbed Soren, so why then was he so determined to go after Ellen? You're right. This whole thing feels too premeditated for a crime of passion. But Gloomsbury didn't seem to have a personal grudge against Ellen. If Gloomsbury didn't have a personal reason to attack Ellen, then... You've taken long enough, Mr. Wright. Now it's time for some action. What proof do you have that the third person was involved? Alright, I'll show you. I'm not completely sure what I'm doing yet, but it looks like I'm out of time. Which one? I was gonna think that. I get it now. Now I see why this note bothered me so much when I first saw it. Looks like a note outlining the murder plot. I know apparently it was apparently written by the victim. But why would he feel the need to write instructions to himself like this? Your Honor, please take a look at this note. This is the victim's murder plan, right? It's definitely a murder plan, but what if Mr. Gloomsbury didn't write this note himself? What? This is how you intend to conjure up your mysterious third party, Mr. Wright? Can you even prove that note wasn't written by the victim? Oh dear. Yes, I can. Very well then, please present your evidence, Mr. Wright. This evidence proves the victim didn't write the note.
Oh, the candlestick thingy.
That! This is the weapon Mr. Gloomsbury used to stab Mr. Sprocket. I was wondering what you'd pull out this time, to ask what that could possibly have to do with the note. Oh dear! Mr. Gloomsbury's prints were found in this candelabra, and the prints were from his left hand. So that makes the victim left-handed, correct? Exactly, Your Honour. Exactly, true that. The police looked into it too and confirmed as much. Now take a look at the smudged writing in this note. Notice how the smudging only starts from the middle of each preceding line. Had this been written by a lefty, the writing would be smudged from the far left end. That means whoever wrote this note was definitely right-handed. In other words, somebody other than the victim wrote this note. What? But if someone other than Mr. Gloomsbury wrote it, then what does this note mean? Mr. Gloomsbury followed this note to the letter when he attacked Miss Wyatt. So clearly this note isn't a murder plan written by Mr. Gloomsbury, but rather... And these are instructions to kill Miss Wyatt. They were issued by somebody else. If it wasn't the victim who wrote these so-called instructions, then who wrote it? Most of the people involved are right-handed, you know. He is correct. The majority of the family are, and their employees were on the airship. Who were on the airship? I must say that is a very rough and slipshod conjecture you proposed. I admit I haven't figured out who wrote it just yet. Leave it to Mr. Edgeworth to go for the jugular. As Corbett ordered Gloomsbury to attack Ellen, what could her motive have been? Doesn't seem very likely Ellen did anything to incur anybody's wrath, right? Right. Not too likely, anyway. In that case, it has to be about Soren. If somebody were to hold a grudge against Soren, what would it be about? Accident, I guess. I can understand if Gloomsbury felt resentful about having to take the blame. The one who lost the most to that accident was Soren's sister. Well, she lost her life after all. Soren suffered too, of course. And he was crushed by losing somebody so precious to him. Somebody precious, huh? Soren's sister... Wait! There is just one more person. There's someone else who must hold a grudge against Soren. Do you think of something else? I think so. I think there's somebody else who used Gloomsbury to try and get revenge against Soren. Somebody tried to get revenge against Mr. Sprocket, was right? The person who manipulated and used Mr. Gloomsbury was Selena's fiancé, who was the surgeon. The person who used Mr. Gloomsbury to try and get revenge on Mr. Sprocket and then finished Mr. Gloomsbury off to silence him was a man dear to Mr. Sprocket's older sister, Selena Sprocket's fiancé. Not that I'm positive, but it's certainly possible. His fiancé could have made Gloomsbury attack Ellen to get his revenge on Soren. What? A fiancé? Who I suspecting is the man we have in front of us, because of the pocket watch. Order! Order in the court! Order, I say! Exactly. See? Great minds think alike. Yes, it does seem quite believable that Miss Selena Sprocket's fiancé would bear a grudge against Mr. Sprocket for his role in the accident. Exactly, Your Honour. Maybe her fiancé was trying to murder Miss Wyatt in order to make Mr. Sprocket experience the same pain he did. Mr. Sprocket's fiancé was a surgeon, if memory serves. The only people who attended the reception are family and staff members. Maybe, but then that just means that Mr. Sprocket's fiancé must have been among those who attended. What? Really? Of course. Otherwise, how could he have killed Gloomsbury? Oh, I see what you're doing. This is just another giant bluff, isn't it? Alright, I'll bite. Who exactly do you claim this fiancé to be? Yes, I would like to know as well. Are you sure you're going to be okay, Nick? Maybe? When it comes to suspicious people, there's only one person on my list. I need to find something that connects him to Selena. This will help us identify Miss Sprocket's fiancé. It's on the second page. I thought it was on the third. Please take a look at this photo, Your Honour. That photo. Notice Miss Sprocket's pocket watch? Oh, we've seen it somewhere before. Yes, now that you mention it, I do feel as if I've seen it somewhere before. Hi, Piers. I believe you've all seen it. Right here in this very courtroom. Oh, impossible. That's right. Pocket watch in this photo. It's the same pocket watch Mr. Nicody has on him right now. What? This is clear proof of a strong connection between Piers Nicody and Selena Sprocket. No. Well, Mr. Cody, this is true. Mr. Nicody, you were once engaged to Selena Sprocket. That pocket watch, you keep it as a memento of her, don't you? Probably. Oh, maybe not. Maybe? Mr. Nicody, you plan to rob Mr. Sprocket of his loved one, to make him feel the same pain as you. Isn't that right? But Mr. Sprocket managed to fight back and knock Mr. Gloomsbury unconscious. He thought Mr. Gloomsbury was dead and hid his body in the lantern. But then you noticed Mr. Gloomsbury regain consciousness. And so you finished him off to prevent your plan from being exposed. This is the defence's take on what really happened in this murder case. That's right. Does this mean we wish to officially accuse this witness of murder of Dumas Gloomsbury? Does the defense accuse Mr. Cody of the murder? Accuse. The defense indicts Piers Nicody on the charge of murdering Dumas Gloomsbury. Oh my! Mr. Nicody, would you care to respond? Man, this lawyer just yaps on and on and on. You guess this watch is a memento of Selena. Stopped working at the time of the accident, though. Then, really are. Yes, I was Selena's fiancé, and not just her fiancé, but the surgeon beside her deathbed.
Now you can't do that, only prosecutor can do that.
I was gonna say, wait, what? What do you mean? Prosecutor can do what? What? Indict? Mr. Nicody, why didn't you tell me any of this before? Shut it, you useless prosecutor! Pierce! You take that back now. I thought you could be of use, but apparently this case was too much for you. What did you say? If your office hadn't stuck its nose all up in this, I could have swept it under the rug. Not only did you interfere with the case, but you even let me fall under suspicion. That's because you kept trying to cover things up on the sly. Ugh. But covering this up wasn't the only involvement. The only person with motive to use the victim to try and kill Miss Wyatt.
Only prosecutor can do indict someone.
I never knew that. Was you? Oh. Ooh. Oh. 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 Malignant tumors. Hello? There are malignant tumors in this courtroom.
Probably forgot.
Fair enough. That's fair enough. Legions oozing with false charges. The tumors are one idiotic lawyer and one useless prosecutor. After the truth is revealed, I have the both of you incised from the legal world. I'd like to see you try. With the power of the Sprocket family, it'd be a cinch. I will now begin the operation. What in the world happened to Mr. Nakoni? Looks like he's finally showing his true colours. Nick, look what he did to that shoulder mech. That I do not like that. That is creepy. Quit your yapping before I suture your chatty lips shut. So he's a completely different person. Sure looks like it, huh? You can't let our guards down now. Mr. Nakoni, it's finally time for you to testify to the truth. It seems we're entering the final act at last. With this, your testimony, please. Right to remain silent. Mr. Nakoni, why didn't you say anything? Ah! Here's like a picture of me. Or, well, something. Okay. So he just...
Really doing Damon Gant.
Literally, he's doing a Damon Gant. This, however, is not Damon Gant. Although I feel like if Damon could have an X-ray of everyone, then he probably would as well. Like, what the fuck is this? What in the actual fuck? I also love the fact that the spikes of his hair are part of his skull now. You want me to voluntarily testify, hoping that I would make a slip of the tongue? It's not a very impressive plan. Or brain, I might add. Ow! That was uncalled for. If you want to know something, you ask the question. I will answer, but I have no intention of making any involuntary statements of my own. Ah. What's he trying to do, Nick? He's using the silent treatment as a strategy to avoid getting tripped up. Clever guy. No more lies, Mr. Cody. You will tell us nothing but the truth from now on. Is that so? No. Ah! What did you think you're doing? And his cravat as well. Oh my god. No one asked you to speak. Just keep quiet over there and play with your frills. How dare you? Well, it's a rather unconventional situation, but, I guess proceed, Mr. Wright. Yes, rather.
Hold it!
If he won't speak voluntarily, then I guess I'll have to ask him something. What question should I ask? On the day of the incident, you were constantly surrounded by your subordinates. Is that right? Absolutely. I was in someone's line of sight at all times. After all, I was busy taking care of every detail of the event. Mr. Edgeworth, I believe your investigation backs up my claim. I got statements that said groups of his subordinates were within a rotation, so he was always with someone. As the prosecutor just said.
To accuse, you have right to remain silent.
Yeah. That makes sense. I couldn't even get close to the lantern containing Gloomsbury by myself, let alone kill him. He didn't have a chance to get close to the victim alone, huh? Miss Wright, would you like that statement added to the witness's testimony? Yes, sure. I'd like to have that statement added to his testimony. Very well.
Hold it!
Hang on.
Press every.
I was gonna say. Isn't it true that when Mr. Greensbury regained consciousness inside the lantern, you murdered him in order to silence him? He was an excellent employee and very loyal to me. Greensbury was my right-hand man. I'd suffer the most from losing him. You really think I'd kill a guy like that? That would make sense only if you were innocent. But since your goal was revenge, you don't really have to care about something like that. But I am innocent, I tell you. Don't try to force your conjectures onto me! It's without decisive evidence, I can't pursue this line of questioning any further. Yes, please, Your Honour. Every little bit I can drag out of him helps, right?
Hold it!
You've been nursing a grudge against Mr. Sprocket over the loss of your fiancée, isn't that right?
Present photo of reception on third statement.
Okay. I'd be lying if I said I felt no resentment whatsoever. But Master Sorin didn't cause that accident on purpose. Master Sorin himself has suffered greatly. But you quit being a surgeon and found a way to get even closer to Mr. Sprocket. Wasn't that so you could carry out your revenge on him? Don't insult me! Supporting Master Sorin, Mr. Sprocket Aviation was my life's work. It's my penance for not being able to save Selina. This is how I honour her. I feel your devotion is both a fiancé and a surgeon. Your statement breaks my heart. I've never thought of exacting my revenge on Mr. Sorin. Never thought of it, huh? Guess you'd probably take that with a pound of salt. That's right, would you like to state statement and witness this testimony? Add it to your testimony. I had to find an opening somehow. I never thought of exacting revenge on Master Sorin. So you say picture of the reception.
Objection!
Okay. Mr. Cody testifies that he was always with someone at the time of the incident. I never had a moment alone to commit the crime. Yeah, yes, the investigation backs that statement up, doesn't it? There was an opportunity, in fact. One and only one. A moment when Mr. Cody could have killed Mr. Greensbury without anyone noticing. What? And the one thing that made that moment possible is shown here in this photograph. With all those people watching, I couldn't possibly have committed murder. I do not believe in me, Honor, this was a malignant tumour. He wants to inflict this judicial body with violent accusations, I think. Mr. Cody, I would ask that you keep quiet this time. We need to evaluate the defence's claim, and your yammering only serves to throw further suspicion your way. That's right, let's see this one thing you mentioned. Be warned. This had better not be your off-handed claims. Who do you think you're talking to, Mr. Edgeworth? Very well, Mr. Wright. Please point out first the one thing that made the moment of the murder possible. One moment when it was possible for Mr. Cody to kill Bloomsbury.
Smoking.
Take that!
One thing that made the moment of the murder possible is this thick mood fog that engulfed the entire reception hall. It is under the cover of this fog that Mr. Cody murdered the victim. What? And so Cody was standing right next to the lantern that Miss Gloomsbury was in. This was the moment. This was the only moment the murder could have been committed without being seen. I can accept that there was a moment when the witness was obscured from others by fog. But that doesn't prove Mr. Cody killed the victim at that very moment. If you can't prove the crime was committed during deception, the trial ends here. So could have been fun and foothold that I forgot to think of that far ahead. Well done, Mr. Edgeworth. It's time to call this trial's time of death. Well, Mr. Wright, can you prove the murder happened during the reception? Don't even bother. His claim is dead on arrival. The truth is in your grasp, prosecutor. Quiet, witness. I have no interest in victory. All I care about is the truth. Edgeworth! My man has finally learnt. One that we can only arrive at through further deliberation. Edgeworth. Enough of this, Your Honour. This trial is over. No, Mr. Cody, that's for me to decide. Miss Wright, can you prove it? Can you prove that a murder was committed during the wedding reception? Why is there no verdict yet? The lawyers obviously other answers. The prosecutor, the judge, they're all affected. True that. Their malignant stupidity is so advanced not even the best surgeons can save them. In fact, not even a brain transplant could kill them. This court is infected with idiocy. It's a pandemic.
Objection!
Mr. Cody, that's enough already. Finally ready to give up, are you? No, just the opposite, actually. I'll prove the murder was committed during the reception by you. You. Yeah. Oh. You'll prove it. Can you read it, Mr. Wright? Yes, I can, Your Honour. To be honest, I don't know exactly how I'll do it just yet. But if I want to get to the truth Mr. Edward was talking about, I'll just have to find that way. Ba-dum-bow. Very well, Mr. Wright. Let's have our proof. Enough of this foolishness. He's just bluffing. Stop him from speaking, Your Honour. I will do nothing of the sort. You're just a district court judge with the power of the Spud family. Oh, enough of your foolishness, Mr. Cody. This judicial body will not succumb to the influence of money or power. Now then, let's hear it, Mr. Wright. Let's hear your truth. Think, Phoenix. Remember everything you've learned so far. You can do this. You can find the definitive evidence that will lead us to the truth. Laser brain! Boom! Think, Phoenix. How can I prove the murder took place during the wedding reception? If Phoenix committed the murder during the reception, then he had to have used his shoulder mag. The murder weapon. Yes, the weapon that was used to strike the victim twice. If you on the autopsy report, the victim was hit by the same object both times, so without a doubt, Pierce used to commit the murder. Whoever used to kill with Gloomsbury was the timekeeper. If Pierce took the victim during that one single moment, then he must have used the timekeeper. Come on, think of it, wasn't he also used for something else during reception? During the reception, the timekeeper was also used for first startup of love. Timekeeper had been activated. That's right, the timekeeper had been activated during the reception. If you head to the timekeeper again now and find any trace evidence of the murder, that would be conclusive proof that Gloomsbury was killed during the reception. A special ceremony took place during the reception in question. What kind of special ceremony? It was called the first startup of love. Apparently the couple activated the timekeeper for the first time during it. Does that mean the timekeeper here in evidence isn't activated at the moment? And what would happen if we were to activate it? Why don't we see for ourselves? it would give us a chance to examine it. Oh, and while we're at it, we might just find some conclusive evidence. What? No, you can't activate it. Mr. Security, keep quiet or I'll have you thrown out of court. I would have loved to have, I know I'm like so close to the end, but my tea is now ready. So, I'm going to leave it off here and come back tomorrow. But if you guys did enjoy this episode, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. It really does help. Click the bell icon down below to be notified when I live stream or upload a video. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye!